Gary and the sheriff microphone are unmuted. So Justin, you're hot.
7657.
You good?
I'm good.
469746.
Who's that?
Random numbers.
Random numbers. This is Atlanta 946, WQIR 514. Did you want to check into tonight's net?
I don't know that he knew his name was Random Numbers.
Audio 464974.
Audio 46974. I don't recognize that as a legitimate GMRS call sign, but if you have one, you'd be welcome to check into tonight's North Georgia GMRS. Who am I? North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. This is Atlanta 946, WQIR 514, and we're going to begin taking early check-ins for tonight's net. I'd like to start by thanking those who've contributed and helped with some of our audio checks. And so first I want to go to Atlanta 1402. Todd, are you interested in checking into tonight's net?
2131 talking audio broadcasting live from the Lookout Mounting Tower.
Control. Jeff, Justin, John, Lisa. Probably missing a couple folks. Maybe David. You guys are sounding great, and I would absolutely love to check in. Myself, WRKN 464 Atlanta 1402 from the beautiful Silver City, and by way of relay, Atlanta 03 Krista, also in Silver City. We'll be checking in and out. We will be monitoring.
Fantastic. Glad to hear you checking in and out tonight, Atlanta 1402 and Atlanta 1403. Todd and Krista. Gainesville 285, are you monitoring and are you interested in checking into tonight's net?
This is Gainesville 286, WRKN 234. We will be checking in and out tonight, both me and Gainesville 285. You are sounding great, and he will be monitoring, as will I. He'll be back shortly.
Understand, Gainesville 285 is in the can.
131, August the 23rd.
All right, Lynn, we have got both you and CV in the log tonight as in and out, Gainesville 285 and Gainesville 286. Thank you for that. And next I would like to call on Atlanta 313. Jason, are you interested in checking into tonight's net?
You can check me in and out, but I will be monitoring.
Atlanta 313, we've got you in log as in and out, and just wanted to acknowledge your assistance in audio checks and so forth today as well. One more that I'd like to go ahead and call on would be Atlanta 829. Atlanta 829, are you monitoring and are you going to check into the net tonight?
If we hear a random number guy, I'm disconnecting Blue Ridge.
Is that where it's coming from?
829 WROS 773. I'll check in and out. Glad to see you guys have got everything set up. We'll be monitoring and have a good night.
All right, Atlanta 829. John, I've got you in and out, and enjoy the rest of your lunch break, and get back to work, will you? Somebody's got to do it. All right, at this time, I'm going to open up check-ins to anyone who would like to check in on Zello. VoIP users, please call Net Control for early check-ins. VoIP only, please.
AYPLW930, checking
Blue Ridge is coming offline.
All right.
Unlike them.
This is
Blue Ridge is offline.
McDonough 32, WRMH 523. Lance checking in and out from Zello, but I will be monitoring.
This is Noonan 87, WRUJ 651, Matt, checking in and out, but I will be monitoring.
This is 253 WQNV 274, Donald from Blairsville, Georgia. Check me in, check me out, but I will be monitoring. Thank you.
Nobody wants to talk to us.
What's sad about that?
WREP 450, Atlanta 26, checking in. I'm checking in tonight from Druid Hills.
He hates
Hope you
it
guys
when
are
people
having a nice
check in
evening
and
up
out.
there. This is Net Control. This is WRAT 241, Atlanta 403. Bobby in White County checking in on Zello. This is Atlanta 358, WRQA 708, Rocky, checking in on Jersey repeater. I'll be checking in tonight.
All right. All right, let me take a moment here and acknowledge our check-ins at this time, starting with McDonough 32. Lance in McDonough is in and out tonight. Also have Noonan 87, Matthew in Noonan is in and out tonight. I have Atlanta 253, Donald in Blairsville is in and out tonight, beginning to feel like nobody wants to talk to me. But then we have Atlanta 26, Flip in the beautiful Druid Hills is in with us this evening. Thank you for that, Flip. Atlanta 403, Bobby in White County is in with us this evening. In Atlanta 358, Rocky in Madison, Georgia is in with us this evening.
Stop there. I don't think you're transmitting.
Atlanta 292, Derek and Rockmart checking in, and I'm going to hang around as long as I can tonight.
Try to check in from Chat 95 on Zello.
All right, I think I missed a few there, but let me go ahead and acknowledge what we have. I'm going to go back to Atlanta 829. John incoming is in and out tonight. We have McDonough 32. Lance in McDonough is in and out tonight. I have Noonan 87. Matt in Noonan is in and out tonight. I have Atlanta 253. Donald in Blairsville is in and out tonight. That brings me next to Atlanta 26. Flip in the beautiful Druid Hills is in with us tonight. Atlanta 403. Bobby in White County is in with us tonight. Atlanta 358. Rocky in Madison in tonight. And I have Atlanta 292, Derek in Rockmart, also in tonight. Finally, I have Chattanooga 95, Mike in Chattanooga, in and out. There may have been some check-ins that we missed, so if I did not call on you, please try to check in again. At this time, we will resume taking check-ins from any repeater other than flagship. If you're a flagship check-in, please hold your traffic. We're going to try to get these distant repeaters first.
Well, wait a minute. We're not on flagship tonight, other than Chattanooga.
Yeah, let's continue with that though.
Okay.
There's a madness to my method.
Okay, if you say so.
I do. All right. So any repeater other than flagship, please call that control, because we have so many check-ins on flagship.
Control, this is WRDK 811, Atlanta 737, Charles in Gainesville. In and out.
Nobody still wants to talk to you.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
This is McDonald 22, WRCR 952, Tim in Stockbridge. Check me in and out, please. This is WRNW 299, Dallas 37, David, Baptist Junction on the Newton, please.
He was in, right?
He didn't say.
Yeah, it didn't say.
This is WRER 451, Gainesville 417, William in Auburn, Georgia. Check me in, check me out. This is Moreland 34, WRQW 892, David down in Franklin, Georgia. Checking in and checking out.
Was he in and out?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Seth's muted. That's why we can't hear him.
Oh.
Oh. Poor Seth.
Well, I heard him talking, just not through the headset.
All right, here we go. Okay, I'll go ahead and acknowledge this group of check-ins. I have Atlanta 737, Charles in Gainesville, in and out. I have McDonough 22, Tim in Stockbridge, also in and out. Got Dallas 37, David in Bowdoin Junction is in with us this evening. Gainesville 417, William in Auburn, in and out. And Moreland 34, David in Franklin is in and out. Those are the check-ins I have at this time. Let's go ahead and open up check-ins to any repeater anywhere, including the flagship repeater. Anyone wishing to check in to the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net, please call Net Control now.
We are getting a lot of early check-ins now.
And the train wreck.
WROS 496, Atlanta 486, 10, Woodstock, checking in. Sounds very good up there.
You see how that madness method works?
I think he was in.
Yeah, we hold off on shit because it's a disaster.
342, Atlanta 565.
He was in and out.
In Rome, checking in and out.
This is Atlanta 833, WRUA 262, Scott in Canton on flagship, checking in and out.
All right, now 931 needs to check in.
Yeah, that way all the stuff.
Gainesville 287, WRMZ 254, checking in, checking out. We'll be monitoring.
Glad to hear Trey, but I wish it would have been 931.
This is 637, WRQW 647, Dave in Kennesaw. Hey, look forward to it. Check me in and check me out. I'll be monitoring. This is Gainesville 56, WRU 72, checking in and checking out.
There's my buddy.
This is
Atlanta 589.
This is WRTI 560, Atlanta 589, Don in Kennesaw. Check me in, out, monitoring, possibly comment.
Wouldn't that be in?
Put all that in the box.
RNC 518, Atlanta 789, William Calhoun. Check me in and out, please. This is WB762, Gainesville 44. Check me in. Joe in Cleveland. I'll check me in, please, sir.
Blue Ridge 83.
No, that was Blue Ridge 180.
That's what I meant.
They were both in, though, right?
Yeah.
It was Joe and Mike W.
This is WRUF 788, Dallas 49ers, Doug in Hiram, Georgia. Check me
check me out.
Another double. I missed the second one.
I think it was the same one.
I didn't
Yeah, I
even
think
hear
so
mine.
too.
It was the same one.
Doug, I'll correct it.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and break right there and acknowledge the check-ins that we have. Listen carefully. If I do not call on you, it's because you were doubled, or we just didn't hear you, or there could be any of a number of reasons. So please pay attention. This is, I'm sorry, first on my list is Atlanta 486.
You're not transmitting. Flagship was on top of you and you weren't transmitting.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge what we have. Please listen carefully. We may have had some doubles in there, and if I don't call on you, it's because we don't have you in the log. So first we have Atlanta 486. Ben in Woodstock is in and out. I have Atlanta 565 Hank in Marietta in and out. I have Atlanta 833 Scott in Canton is in and out. I have Gainesville 287 Trey in Murrayville is in and out. I have Atlanta 637 Dave in Kennesaw is in and out. I have Gainesville 56 Henrique in Gainesville is in and out. I've got Atlanta 589 Don in Kennesaw in and out. Atlanta 789 William in Calhoun is in and out. Brings me next to Gainesville 44 Joe in Cleveland is in with us this evening. In Blue Ridge 180 Mike in Blue Ridge in with us this evening. I have Dallas 49 Doug in Hiram is in and out. I have Atlanta 516 Ray in Canton is in and out. Great to hear you back on the air, Ray. That is what I have at this time. If I did not call you, it's because we didn't hear you, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd check in one more time and give us a chance here. So this is Net Control standing by for any check-in on any repeater anywhere.
This is WRQD 424 Chat 60A1 from Hickson, Tennessee. I'll be checking in on the White Oak Mountain repeater. I'll be in and out.
Atlanta 751, WRMR 36, Kate from checking in and checking out. I will be monitoring.
He said Chattanooga 60, but that's not what he said his name was.
That's his daughter, Aylin. I got it.
WRNW 488, Atlanta 532. Tom in Flowery Branch, checking in and checking out. Have a good net, everybody.
This is WQUB 439, Atlanta 780, Houston, Powder Springs. Check me in, Justin. Thanks.
This is WRUK 799, Atlanta 707. Checking in and out this evening from Monroe, Georgia.
Do we want to take a break after this and let our local folks check in?
I figured we'd let the local folks check in as soon as we open the net.
Yes. But we are going to take a break here in a couple of minutes.
Checking in and checking out.
His signal cleared out right at the end.
We'll go to the film.
So,
Yeah, he didn't hold the repeater.
All right, let me acknowledge what we have at this time. We have Chattanooga 60, Aylin in Hickson is in with us this evening. Great to hear you on the air. I have Atlanta 751, Kate the Great in Waleska, high atop Mount Waleska. Great to hear you on the air tonight. I've got you in and out. Say hi to Sterling for me. I have Atlanta 532, Tom in Flowery Branch is in and out. I have Atlanta 780. Houston in Powder Springs is in with us this evening. And I have Atlanta 707 Tom in Monroe is in and out. That's what I have at this time. At this time, we're going to take a short break, and we're going to go get fresh cold beverages and get ready to join in on this thing called the net. Coming up here in just a few minutes. This is WQIR 514 Atlanta 946. I'll be clear. We'll be coming back shortly with the whole crew. Stand by. Okay. Are we going to do this? Who wants to read the preamble?
I'll do it.
All right, then go.
I gotta find it first.
Let's see.
Good evening, and welcome to the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight, we are operating from Studio G, and we are linked in to the following repeaters: Flagship, McDonough, Noonan, Jersey, Columbus, White Oak, Lula, Rome, Crawford, Zebulon, Somerville, and Moreland, and of course, Zello. Tonight, our RF coverage is approximately 57,000 polygonal-shaped miles. This net takes place every Thursday evening at 7:30. I would like to thank everyone who has made the North Georgia GMRS the most expansive and active GMRS network in the country. Your net control tonight is quite the list. This is Atlanta 750, WRMR 367. My name is Jeff.
Atlanta 810, WRNQ 863. My name is John.
Atlanta 60, my name is Gary, WQYU 407.
Atlanta 946, WQYR 514. My name is Justin.
Dallas 20, WRKT 728. My name is David.
And Dallas 21, WRKT 728. My name is Lisa.
Chat 44, WQOF 749. My name's Katie.
All right. On the net, you can talk about your day's activities, radio equipment, and anything you think we'd like to hear. This is a family-based network, so we encourage you to get your family involved. Once the floor is open, it is permissible to address other members of the net by their name or tactical unit number. Your FCC call sign is only required when you sign in or sign out of the net. At this time, I think it's time for Miss Julie's turn in the spotlight.
All right, let's see if Atlanta 947 is ready with this week's segment of Julie's Tips.
I'm getting a suntan from this projector.
You're not cuddling close enough.
Yeah, I'm going to cuddle with David.
Uh-oh.
Well, here's trouble.
Yep, got some scallywags coming in.
So watch out for that red light. Atlanta 947, Julie, are you ready with your tips?
Hey guys, I am so sorry about that. This is WQIR 514, Atlanta 947, Julie in Woodstock with this week's new user tips and operating procedures segment. This week on the new user tips and operating procedures, we will talk about the North Georgia GMRS Network website. I will pause for a moment while you grab your laptop or hop on your desktop and follow along.
She at the tiki bar.
Yeah.
Did you know our website has a wealth of information about GMRS Radio and North Georgia GMRS? I'd like to highlight some of the best parts of the North Georgia GMRS Network website tonight on Julie's Tips. For those of you who are sitting at your desktop or have your laptop ready, begin by navigating to NGGMRS.org. Once our website opens up, you will notice on the front page a box you can click on labeled Pay 2022 Membership Dues Here. Clicking on that link takes you directly to the NGGMRS web store. You can choose various membership levels, and when available, some radios or other radio-related equipment may be listed here as well. Also on this page is an item labeled Update My Info. Clicking here takes you through the same form as a membership application, except there's no charge. And it's a great way to update your name or address if we call it wrong on the net, or if you've relocated. It is important that you maintain a good email address with us so you won't miss any important communications from North Georgia GMRS. Let me break. click on Home, located at the top of the page, and we'll explore some more of the web
She does such a great
page.
job at breaking
From the home page,
On her
when you
own.
scroll down, you will notice two links.
without Justin's
One to our photo gallery, and another link
She didn't
to
learn
the
that from Justin.
North
No,
Georgia
she did
GMRS store. We were just at the store a minute ago, so let's keep scrolling. Next, you'll notice a link to the membership roster. This is a handy tool to look up pack numbers you hear. You will also find the real-time linked repeater map. Though this is incomplete, it's still a very useful map of our repeater network. Next, we have the NGGMRS repeater page. This comprises of all the North Georgia GMRS repeaters. Note that not all of our repeaters are linked. This page will show the link status of each repeater as well as its sub-audio tones for programming your radio. Let me break. Okay, if you continue to scroll down some more, you'll find the membership code of conduct link. This is our rule book, a quick yet required read. Beside the code of conduct link, you will find on-air operating procedures. This is a great read to those who are new to GMRS. It helps them to initiate conversation on the radio properly, how to call out to someone, when to ID yourself, and what to avoid. Many of our advanced radio users could benefit from reviewing these procedures as well. The next link, step-by-step membership procedure, is a real gem. This particular link takes you to a page that consists of a series of instructions that breaks down becoming a GMRS user and member of North Georgia GMRS into small steps. It's a great place to start if you're brand new, and it's a great place to brush up on the steps if you're helping someone become a member. Let me break. Sorry about that. Continuing further on this page, you will come across North Georgia GMRS Information Library. Here, you will find a link to the FCC Part 90 and 95 rules, a new member question and answer link, managing the largest network in the country link, and several more helpful links to articles and tools for GMRS enthusiasts. Finally, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, you will find a sign-up form. This area is for non-members only and is for folks who'd like to be included in our emails. We don't send many, but it is an important communications tool. So spend some time exploring the depths of the North Georgia GMRS webpage, and I'm sure no matter your level of involvement, you'll learn something you didn't know. I hope you'll tune in next week for my next episode. If you have any questions or suggestions for new user tips and operating procedures, send me a note at julie@nggmrs.org. These are preferred practices of North Georgia GMRS members. These procedures are how we become the best operators on the nation's largest, most advanced linked repeater network. We are North Georgia GMRS Network, and this is WQIR 514, Atlanta 947. Julie, back to net control.
Well, thank you, Julie, and thank you for all that great information about the North Georgia GMRS website. It's something that I think a lot of us kind of take for granted. There's a lot of information there that we should be going there to reference and stay up to date on things. And I, for one, often learn something new each time that I go there. Something I didn't realize, or a rule that I didn't fully understand. That things of that nature. So. Very good stuff, and appreciate you stepping up to the plate. I know that you've been feeling a little under the weather, and it was a challenge tonight, but thanks for being there and contributing once again.
Yeah, obviously. Can I make a comment?
Yeah.
Observation. Julie did a great job. She does a fantastic job presenting information to us. And obviously, whatever you guys pay her, you don't pay her enough. That's all I got to say.
Well, you know, it's all part of that budget. I have to be careful what I contribute, you know, out of that budget. But in any case, we'll move on to some other things. We've got lots of folks here that we'd like to get checked into tonight's net that are right here with us. So let's go ahead and bring some folks up from the audience. Who would like to check in tonight right here from the venue? Gary, why don't you come on up? Yeah, well, Gary's coming up here. Just want to explain, we've got some live audience members that we're going to have check in from the podium right here, and just going to do a regular net check-in. Tonight's topic is remote operating and remote operating equipment. Gary, do you have any comments with regards to remote operating?
My father's amazing at it. So I'm at Atlanta 62, WQIU 407. Up here with 6'3" as well. She's a little bit bashful, so I'll check in for her on her behalf.
We'll take that as a remote.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that check-in. Oop.
This is Chattanooga 100, WRNL 965. Bob checking in from the Peanut Gallery here.
All right, Bob, do you have any comments with regard to remote operating, whether it be an HT or whether it be a complicated mess like this or something in between?
Not really. I just came really to see the complicated mess in action, and it is a well-oiled, complicated mess. Good job, guys.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, Bob.
Electrons all over the place.
All right, and next we have.
Oh, this is one of my favorite users right here. This is the man of the hour from Chattanooga.
This is Ronnie, Chattanooga 69, WRKJ 453. I just had to come and see what a real police lineup looked like tonight. It really didn't disappoint me. Also checking in tonight and out will be my wife Jana, Chattanooga 71. I'll be clear.
All right. Anybody else from the audience like to check in tonight?
Dallas 22, WRKT 728, Seth from Dallas, coming to help join everybody in running the net. Lost my seat though; they kind of kicked me out of here, so I'm just on the sideline. But still happy to help out when I can.
Well, you know, that's unfortunate, Seth. We would very much have liked to have had you on the panel with us this evening. We just ran out of inputs on the board for you and for Katie. But had we had a couple more channels that we could have plugged into, we certainly would have found a chair for you to occupy. So
we need to get a bigger board.
I don't know about that. My chair was secure. I just lost it.
All right.
We can swap with you.
Thank you for your participation and your involvement tonight, Seth.
Why don't you reset before the next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Chat 41, WQOF 749. Can't talk today. It's been a long day. This is Lynn from Chattanooga.
Well, Lynn, I know that you've worked hard today in organizing and getting things ready for the Hamfest that kicks off tomorrow. What time did you get in here today to start things off?
Well, I was uploading the truck at 8 o'clock to bring things over today, so it's been kind of a long day.
Oh yeah, long day, and it's not over yet. But hopefully you can relax through the rest of the evening. So,
I hope so.
So thanks for checking in with us tonight. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to check in to the net tonight. Looks like we've got most everybody. All right, so at this time, let's go ahead and open up check-ins from the...
Wait a minute.
What I miss?
Well, the topic for tonight is remote operations, but I think you have a special T-shirt on regarding the remote operations. So why don't you give a little explanation on that?
Oh, well, you know, this project came about, when did we start working on this?
Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day weekend. So since Labor Day weekend, Jeff and I and others have spent just about every Saturday putting together this thing that we know of as Studio G. Studio G is our mobile operating platform, and it is a kind of a portable replication of both Studio B and C, using very much most of the exact same equipment located in those locations. And along the way, there were a number of ideas that would come about, and to express those ideas, I would often begin with the phrase...
Wait. Before you say it, because this is a dangerous phrase. We've heard this a lot over the last couple of months. For the benefit of those sitting in the audience, why don't you stand up and turn around? And then you can say your favorite phrase.
All right. Well, so as we were working on things, and I would come up with an idea, something that I would like to have incorporated into this project, I would often begin the conversation with the phrase, "Wouldn't it be cool if?" And so that's kind of how a lot of this happened. A lot of the equipment that came together, the push-to-talk lights, if you've been watching those, you'll notice that they turn red when we are engaged and we're transmitting out into the field. They turn yellow in a standby state, and when we're receiving radio traffic, the whole time that Julie was talking, they'd light up green.
Why don't we demonstrate that and take a break? You were at 3 minutes.
And there we go. So that is a good demonstration of that. So it seems like a pretty simple thing. You know, you have these push-to-talk switches, and you just add a relay, and you can make the light up. Well, that wasn't good enough. We wanted to have the functionality of the receive indicator as well. And so that required, 4 relays?
Yeah.
And a turn signal flasher in case it's a carrier that doesn't have the correct PL tone. So 5 relays in all.
He said yeah with such enthusiasm. Did you hear that?
Yeah. So in any case, these guys made all of these things happen. So the Raspberry Pi is pretty conventional, but we have a device that does the audio processing. Commonly in the field, we've long known of these devices called a URI that we use for audio processing for our remote and our linking radios and for the repeaters. And they've been great devices, but they don't have all of the functionality that we need for this application. For instance, it's very hard to adjust audio levels in the device itself. And so John was able to do some research, and he found another device that we lovingly call the Knuckle Bob. And the Knuckle Bob,
it's PFM.
The Knuckle Bob is fully configurable for our needs. So it's turned out to be something that may be very, very useful in other North Georgia GMRS applications too. So it's an advance in technology, and it's a step forward for us, not just for this project, but for the whole network. And these guys have been a huge help. David and Lisa have sacrificed several weekends to come and help with putting things together, like the banners and just generally working on the project. And so lots of hands and lots of hours and lots of fun, lots of hamburgers.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were pretty good.
Some of them.
Some of them. So that's where the "Wouldn't it be cool if" came from. So I guess at this time we're going to go ahead and take check-ins.
Let's do it.
All right, let's take check-ins from any repeater other than Flagship. Net Control, standing by.
Yeah, there were so many people sitting there like,
Oh, I thought it was my turn.
Yeah.
I think they all went to sleep.
We've got 50 in our log already.
9 WRHS 306. Michael from Atlanta. Hey guys, just want to check in and out, and I'll be monitoring.
What did you do?
I think number 52 always does that.
51 and 52 always don't work.
Yeah.
Because I had to manually type in Lynn.
All right, how about that?
That's great until next week.
WIMP 277, Blue Ridge 83. Checking in and out, and by relay, Blue Ridge 84. Feet north of Dahlonega.
What do you want to bet he's on a ham radio? Can't you tell?
All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge the check-ins we have at this time. I'm going to acknowledge the group that checked in at the live audience first, and then our RF check-ins here, and then we'll go on to additional check-ins from any repeater. Let's see, we had Atlanta 62 Gary from Lawrenceville is in with us this evening. He's actually in and out. We have Atlanta 63 Tina, also from Lawrenceville, is in and out with us this evening. We had Chattanooga 100. Bob from Ringgold is in and out with us this evening. Chattanooga 69. Ronnie from Rossville is in and out with us this evening. And we had Chattanooga 71. Pat also from Rossville in and out this evening. Chattanooga 41, Lynn from Chattanooga is in and out with us this evening. And those were our live audience participants. Thank you, everyone, for participating in tonight's net. It's great to have you on the air. In this last round of check-ins, we have Atlanta 69, Michael in Atlanta, in and out. We have Blue Ridge 83, Pete, north of Dahlonega, is in and out. And we have Atlanta 84D, also north of Dahlonega. Is she north of Pete?
That's possible.
Anything's possible.
Okay.
Anything's possible.
So north of Pete in Dahlonega, or around north of Dahlonega, we have D is also in and out. Those are the check-ins we have at this time. We'll call one more time for check-ins. Any repeater anywhere, then we'll get started with tonight's event.
Here comes the doubles.
This is Atlanta 823, Frank and Marietta, checking in and out.
Maybe a new check-in. I've never heard him.
No, I think I have.
This is
He was in and out, right?
Yeah.
This is Atlanta 261, WRCT 399.
There he is.
Scott from Holly Springs, a.k.a. Kent. Checking in and checking out. Thank you, Net Control.
This is WRUN 660, Atlanta 850, checking in and checking out.
Should take another round for Zello, too, before we kick it into gear.
What's the most check-ins you've had?
Oh, 67 or something like that. 68.
We've yet to break 70.
That's what I was wondering.
Was a good year, I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Maybe
don't
we
they
can-
say something like, if you can remember it, you weren't really there?
Maybe we can change that after this weekend.
All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge these check-ins. I have Atlanta 823, Frank in Marietta, is in and out with us this evening. Atlanta 261, Scott from Holly Springs, a.k.a. Canton, is also in and out this evening. And I have Atlanta 850, Chris in Woodstock, is in and out this evening. And that's what we have at this time. I've been advised that we should take one more pause for Zello check-ins. Zello check-ins only, please. Net Control standing by. Okay. With late check-ins, we'll probably get 3 or 4 more. I think we're in real good shape for the moment. All right, let's get this thing going. Okay, so tonight's topic is remote operating and remote operating equipment. And since we have on the net control panel this evening our beloved Atlanta 60, let's talk to Gary about any remote operating experiences that he'd like to share. Gary, do you have any comments for the net tonight? Do you have anything you'd like to say about operating remotely?
Well, it's certainly a great pleasure to be here tonight, and the technology folks that I'm looking at to make all of this happen remotely is just absolutely astonishing and sounds great. You know, we all inspire from time to time, whether it's with GMRS or amateur radio, to try and work remotely, and many of us fail and many of us are successful at it. It takes a lot of time and planning, and usually before you know it, Murphy shows up and the gotcha, and that's all part of the challenge. I've done some remote setup operations for amateur radio, but this is actually our first GMRS remote operation that we have put together. And I look forward to us doing more of it on a larger scale and of a greater variety. But for anybody that can come up to the Hamfest this weekend and check everything out and see things in operation, it's well worth the trip, and we look forward to folks coming.
Well, thank you for all that. I'll tell you, Murphy showed up quite a number of times, but we beat Murphy over and over again, and we made it to the show. So it was an effort, but we had fun, and at least I had fun.
Wouldn't it be cool if?
So it was a great project, and I'm very pleased at what we have at this point in time, and the lights, the push-to-talk lights. That was just great. You guys made it happen. So.
Yeah, every time I see the red light, I think somebody hit the emergency stop button.
Oh, well, yeah, it's kind of the emergency go button.
Yeah.
But and every now and then John will say, hey, get off of that thing. Put the hammer down, John.
Yeah, that light means shut up and don't speak.
Speaking of which, we probably should take a break.
All right. So, John, do you have any comments with regard to remote operating in this project or any other that you've been involved in?
Well, I've certainly enjoyed working on this project. For those that have been following along, I've had some personal things come up, and this project hasn't been able to consume 100% of what I wanted it to, but we were still able to accomplish what we set to accomplish, and for that I'm grateful. As far as remotely operating, maybe not the net control, I think, you know, we oftentimes listen to HTs and, you know, make sure that the batteries in the HTs are charged, you know, just in case we do not have power and need to operate kind of off the grid, so to speak. So that would be a good backup in my case. But this has been a fun project, and I'm glad it's here, and I look forward to what the future holds for us. It's probably going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so. And you bring up a great point, and remote operating doesn't have to be this complicated. It can be just as simple as grabbing an HT and heading out to the park or heading out to the woods or any of that. That absolutely is remote operating. So that's a great point. And so let's go now to Atlanta 750 and see if Jeff has any comments for the net. We're going to break and then come back for Jeff's comments. Okay, that's all the time we have for Jeff's comments. Dallas 20, do you have any comments for the net for remote operating?
I was going to yield back to Jeff.
If this was the first time.
Go ahead, I'm used to it.
Well, you know, no, this has been fun. We've done a little bit of the carpentry work because I'm not good at the electronic part of it. I'm good at frying stuff, but that's about it. I don't think you would want that help there. But it has.
We had Justin's instead.
Yeah, maybe we should have put you behind the grill.
Right?
Yeah. Tiki burgers were awesome sometimes.
Frying electronics is a little different than frying burgers. But no, we've enjoyed it. Getting the carpentry work done on the easels, the signage, and seeing this thing progress over the weekends has been amazing. And the potential that this is going to, yield later, it's going to be awesome. I mean, it's unlimited what you can do with this.
It's a lot of work to set it up and to pack it up when we're done, but it sure is a lot of fun. So, good stuff.
And it looks good. It's not an ammo can or, what have you. I mean, it looks professional. I think that's one of the best part about it is as long as it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's got to work.
Well, that's what we're doing, just shooting for the illusion of quality.
Yes.
That's right. Dallas 2-1, do you have any comments you'd like to share?
Well, like Dave said, it's been real fun working with all of you, putting it all together. I'm not, electrically inclined, but I did enjoy the painting and putting the easels together and everything. And yes, the burgers were really good.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Some of the time.
But wouldn't it be cool if they were always good?
It would, yes. we just need a qualified individual behind the griddle there to make that happen.
Well, we certainly tried to have quality control, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There were enough of us eating the burgers.
So
you can't screw up a Bubba burger, you know that, don't you?
Have you met Justin?
You weren't there last Saturday. All right,
we
Seth.
don't call him Bubba for a reason.
Dallas 2-2, do you have any comments for remote operating and remote equipment? You're already on the air.
Well, finally able to reclaim my seat, but yeah.
For a minute.
RHIP.
But I've had a bit of thing for like the remote radios, because for a while now I've been having a small radio that I can have in my car as like an emergency, grab to. A little bit of assembly required, but I'll able to call out to anybody I have. I have my little card for, quick call signs to get to. My immediate ones would be up at the top, but it's got an extensive, I believe, around 15 call signs I can get to, but most of them would be easily available for me to reach on the radio and get me to what I need to do, whether it be a simple car trouble and I need some help in that sense, or I just need to get into contact with somebody. Either way, I'm able to find some way to get onto the air and get out to people.
Well, fantastic. All right, I'm going to break real quick. We'll come right back. And that is the key, Seth. It's not something that has to be this complicated. And somebody commented about the ammo can. There are some great portable rigs that are set up and built around that foundation of an ammunition can. So that's a great way to set up a portable radio. You put a mobile radio in there and some batteries, and you can mount it in there on a really cool faceplate, or you can just chuck it all in the box and go. Either way, the function is the important part, getting out there and making it happen. So with that, let's go back to Atlanta 750. I think we have maybe just a little bit of time for Jeff's comments. Jeff, do you have anything you want to add? That's all the time we have. I'm just kidding.
Well, remote operating is obviously what we're doing right now, but I just go back to the GMRS community in general with the fellowship and the friendships. I mean, part of the fun we had was just building this project in general and everybody showing up and spending time together, whether they were banging nails or driving screws or soldering wires. We even had Miss Julie in there doing some microphone cables for us, so everybody played a little part here and there and did what they were good at, and it was just a good time overall.
Well, and we also had a lot of behind-the-scenes things happening, not just for Studio G, but for getting ready for things like graphics work. What a great job was done putting these maps together, the banner out front, the shirts, the the badges and things that we needed for this event. So the graphics department has been phenomenal. So I'd like to say thanks to Kate for that, and
the support that she had for all of us to make this happen and succeed, and pushing us all to make it a go.
Oh, we had some late nights on the Tiki Bar deck. Jeff and I were out there several nights until midnight, and occasionally after, working on finishing touches, just trying to get this one last "Wouldn't It Be Cool If" done.
That's
so
when
that
the burgers were no good, right?
So that we could get
about midnight.
Well, they were pretty good the second time around, belching them up, but yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our roster. Let me break, and we'll come back to that. Okay, so let's start this off with Chattanooga 44 Katie from Chattanooga, who was in with us this evening.
Hey, hold on a minute. Are we going to let anybody check in from Flagship?
Oh, we did ask. I think we got 2 or 3.
Did we? Okay. All right.
Should we check on that again?
I think we ought to ask the folks out there. There might be some folks hanging on a cliff out there waiting to check in.
Oh, well, let's go ahead and do that since the boss is looking over my shoulder here. I'm going to have to pay attention.
Wouldn't it be cool if?
Wouldn't it be cool if we had a few more check-ins from the Flagship repeater or any repeater?
Like 12 to break a record.
Yeah, we need to break a record, folks. How many do we have now?
We got 58. We need 12 more to break a record.
12 more check-ins, folks. Come on. I got 742 members out there, and we only got 50? Come on, guys. I want you to make these guys miserable checking in tonight. Go for it.
Well, there we go. Let's take additional check-ins. Any repeater anywhere.
At least
Calling
12.
that control now.
This is
Clarence will check in for you.
This is WROU 359, Gainesville 23. Bob in Auburn checking in late.
I got a
Better
relay.
late than never. You guys are sounding great up there tonight. Can't wait to join you all tomorrow.
That's one.
I got a relay when we're ready.
This is Atlanta 61, WQIG 856.
Wow.
Checking in now.
That would be cool. Weren't expecting that one, were you?
No.
Hey, we got 2 more right here that didn't even check in.
Oh. We'll get them.
WRNU 813, Atlanta 931.
There he
Checking
is.
in and checking out. Scott in Canton.
It's our other Kenton Scott.
Oh, come on.
That's only 60. We need 10 more.
I got 2 more from John and Victoria. They're relaying in.
Well, you got a keyboard. Put them in there.
I'm going to make it official.
528, Robert from Dallas 65.
Come on, Casey.
John, the log's broken. Is that who just checked in?
Robbie.
I don't have a Dallas 66 or 65.
It's not. It's 45. It's 45, not 65.
Look at you blaming the log.
Oh.
It's okay, Justin.
He's in and out?
Yeah. Come on,
This is only as good as the membership
46.
roster.
Casey.
All right, at this time, let's go ahead and acknowledge those check-ins. We have Gainesville 23, Bob in Auburn is in with us tonight. I have Atlanta 61, Diana Beckstead is in and out tonight. It is great to hear you on the air. Thank you for that check-in. I have Atlanta 931, Scott in Canton is in and out. I have Dallas 45. Robert in Dallas is in and out. And we have at the podium from the live audience,
WQOF 749, Chat 40.
great to hear you on the air, Gary, and it's great to see you in person as a live contributor to the North Georgia GMRS Net, Chattannooga 40. Do we have another new member here, a new audience member that would like to check in and push us toward this challenge that Gary has set for us?
Yeah, it's getting to be standing room only in the audience, folks. So you better get here quick.
While he's getting the headset on, I did have 2 additional check-ins via relay. Atlanta 810.5, Little John, and Atlanta 811, Victoria. WRN Q863, they will be checking in and out this evening.
Oh, and by the way, Little John made his goal, folks.
He sure did.
Well, that's fantastic.
He did. Buddy.
We have our audience member.
This is WROB 674, Thomas in Chattanooga. I am Chattanooga 116, I believe.
All right, Thomas, thank you very much for that check-in. Glad to have you in the log with us tonight, so thanks so much for that. Let's go ahead and take another pause for any additional check-ins.
We need 5 more.
5 more check-ins, please. So I feel like I'm running a telethon. Let's see what we can get.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had 5 more check-ins?
That would be cool. Net Control standing by.
I feel like I'm running a telethon.
Atlanta 111, WRPP 325. I'd like to check in and out.
A lot of these folks sound great.
All right, acknowledging Atlanta 111, Zach in Calhoun, in and out. We've got you in the log. Thank you for that check-in. Need a few more. Do we have a few more check-ins?
Relay from the audience.
Fantastic. Go ahead there, Bob, with that relay.
Yeah, this is Chattanooga 100 again. I just got authorization to relay Chattanooga 101, WRNL 965, Tammy in Ringgold, checking in and out.
All right, Chattanooga 101, Tammy in Ringgold. We'll get you in the log. Thank you for that, and we'll take another break here. See if we have a couple more check-ins. Net Control standing by.
This is
There she is.
BROZ 528, Dallas 46, Casey from Dallas, checking in and out.
I texted
And
her.
relay, Dallas 47, checking in and out, Brooke.
In Dallas 47.
Yes, Brooke.
Donna 3 WRNX 338, just north of Atlanta en route to Chattanooga, checking in and out.
There's your number, Gary.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
This is.
Here he comes.
Well, we've already heard from him.
Yeah.
This is Blue Ridge 180. I neglected to check in my son, so I'd like to check in via relay. Blue Ridge 180. Matthew Barr from Martinsburg, Virginia. Check him in and out, please.
There it is.
Fantastic. That is outstanding. We have Dallas 46. Casey in Dallas is in and out with us this evening. We have Dallas 47. Brooke also in Dallas, in and out. I have McDonough 39. Bruce from Stockbridge on his way to Chattanooga, in and out. And I have Blue Ridge 181. Matt Barr from Martinsburg, West Virginia, is in and out tonight by way of relay from Blue Ridge 180. Thank you for that. All right. Do I have your permission to get started?
Yes, I think we've exercised the flagship repeater adequately.
And we broke a record.
And we broke a record. How many do we have, guys?
71.
71. All right.
Fantastic. All right. Well, you're always getting after me for breaking things, so
We can count on you.
Wouldn't it be cool?
It would be cool if we had more than 70 check-ins, and that happened tonight. We'll take another opportunity for late check-ins after we get through the roster. So if you
Maybe
didn't
we can hit
get
to
in,
80.
maybe.
I'll tell you what, I'll put a challenge out there. If we have somebody listening to this broadcast tonight that has a GMRS license that has never joined North Georgia GMRS, I will pay for their single membership tonight if they check in as a new user.
All right. Well, that is something we should definitely try to capitalize on. So anybody out there that's on the fence that would be interested in becoming a member of North Georgia GMRS tonight, come on the air with your call sign, and we will.
I'm just seeing if I got enough money.
Okay.
That's
all right. We'll offer you a single user membership that would be upgradable with an additional contribution. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and go through our roster, and we'll look for those check-ins here in just a little bit. So folks, if you're thinking about it, this is a great opportunity. All right, so we have Chattanooga 44. Katie in Chattanooga is our first check-in tonight, and we've already spoken with Katie. Did you have any comments for remote operating? All right.
I
Okay.
don't believe it. That child has never, in my presence, been without words. Come on, Katie, you got to say something.
It's not talking about a TV remote either.
No. Or a Rubik's Cube.
Y'all need to stop. I really don't have any comments for that, but I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I saw everyone tonight, and I'm coming for the last couple of days, but I'm going to come for tomorrow and day after.
Cool beans.
Very cool.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to have you here, Katie, and thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for letting me play with your Rubik's Cube.
Let's take a break.
Next on my list is Atlanta 1402. That would be Todd, studying for his ham test in the very next room.
Yeah, I thought I saw him earlier.
Yeah, so it's great to have you in the Chattanooga area, Todd. Thank you for that. We also have Atlanta 1403. Krista is in Sugar Hill. Both are in and out tonight. We have Gainesville 286 Lynn in Murrayville, and by relay she checked in Gainesville 285 CV, also in Murrayville, who was at the moment indisposed. Thank you for those check-ins, Lynn. Appreciate that. We have Atlanta 313. Jason in Rome is in and out. I have Atlanta 829. John incoming is in and out. I have McDonough 32. Lance in McDonough is in and out. That brings me to Noonan 87. Matthew in Noonan in and out. Atlanta 253. Donald in Blairsville in and out. And that'll bring me next to Atlanta 26. Flip in the beautiful Druid Hills. Flip, do you have any comments for the net? And do you have anything you'd like to share with regard to remote operating?
Hey guys, good to hear y'all, and I'm glad that you have a remote set up there. I'm sure it's working well. Sounds like it's working well. And I just hope you have great weather for the weekend so that you can continue to operate. Back to you, Matt.
Well, so far it is looking up. It's been a great day today. Beautiful weather out there this evening. And so hopefully that will translate into an excellent RF evening for us tonight as we broadcast from Studio G with 750 watts of GMRS radio power. How is that possible, Jeff?
750 watts.
Yeah.
Would that be all of our linked repeaters at 50 watts apiece?
Isn't that amazing? All of our linked repeaters at 50 watts apiece. So, fantastic stuff. Great to have you on the air tonight, Flip. Thank you for that. Next, I have Atlanta 403, Bobby in White County. Bobby, do you have any comments for remote operating?
I'm glad I'm not the only one that just can't say 403. It's got to be 403.
Yeah, well, you guys are sounding real good tonight. Real good, real good. And, yeah, I've done a few remote setups in my time for certain tanks at events around the area. And I've had better luck with my remote setups than I have at my home setup. But as intricate as you guys, yeah, just a couple of sticks of fence posts and battery backed up radio, and yeah, it's always sounded good. But you're sounding terrific tonight. You guys did a good job. Have a good time up there. I wish I was up there.
Very good stuff. Well, thank you for that, Bobby. And yes, it's always challenging to set up for remote stuff. But I guess in your case, it's less challenging to be remote than it is to be at home. Go figure. I guess RF is a fickle thing at times. So I don't know. I guess you're gonna have to get that tower in the ground. Next, I have Atlanta 358 Rocky in Madison. Rocky, do you have any comments for the net and anything you'd like to talk about with regard to remote operations?
I don't have much, Justin. Glad everything came together for y'all for the remote setup and showcasing it. Like I spoke with you earlier today, I'm going to try to make that trip Saturday morning. So looking forward to being up there, and I will see y'all Saturday. Y'all be safe up there. And that's about all I got for the remote setup. And I'm looking forward to seeing the setup and meeting a lot of y'all guys. Looking forward to getting safe.
Well, fantastic, Rocky, and like I told you on the air earlier today, I'm looking forward to a chance to shake your hand and meet you face to face and have a conversation. So that'll be good stuff. Thank you for your comments tonight. That brings me next to Atlanta 292, Derek in Rockmart. Derek, do you have any comments for remote operation? Do you think you'll make it to the Hamfest?
He was at the fire station, so he may not come back to you.
All right. Well, I know that Derek was at the fire station, so he may be occupied with other activities at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and show Derek as in and out and move on to Chattanooga 95 Mike in Chattanooga, probably at work tonight. So he's in and out. Thank you for that, Mike. Atlanta 737 Charles in Gainesville is in and out tonight. McDonough 22 Tim in Stockbridge in and out tonight. Dallas 37 David in Bowdoin Junction. David, do you have any comments for the net with regard to remote operating?
If anybody does, he does.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Yeah, this is something that's really got my attention here lately. Some of y'all seen the pictures I put on there of what I'm using. I'm actually using it tonight out in front of my house here, transmitting on it. It actually works better than the base I have inside. Just actually accidentally got into it. The trailer was built for something different than what I'm using it for now. I think the next step I'd like to do is add a fold-in or maybe a telescopic antenna with it, and then even consider having a repeater to go with it at some point.
That would be an excellent way to deploy a small-scale repeater and be able to go to events and be able to provide communications not only for your own group but maybe even some others that are at that site. So and that would be a great form factor to be able to build something like that into. So for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, David has a fantastic remote operating station set up, and it's built around the trailer that he pulls with his Jeep, and he's got some former military style furniture that he equips his station with. So I don't know how long it takes to set that up and tear that down. I'm betting you can set yours up faster than we can set up ours. But in any case, that's interesting to know that you're operating from that station this evening. It sounds great, and very cool setup. So like I said, if any of you don't know what I'm talking about, there are photos on Facebook. David had posted several weeks ago a series of photos of his remote operating equipment, and I posted one of those pictures in a comment in the last day or two. So you should be able to find those by just doing a quick search. So thank you for your comments tonight, David. Next I have Gainesville 417 William in Auburn is in and out. I have Moreland 34 David in Franklin is in and out. I have Atlanta 486 Ben in Woodstock is in and out. I have Atlanta 565 Hank in Marietta is in and out. I have Atlanta 833 Scott in Canton in and out. I have Atlanta 287 Trey in Murrayville, in and out. I have Atlanta 637 and Dave in Kennesaw is in and out. I have Gainesville 56 Enrique in Gainesville, in and out. I have Atlanta 589 Don in Kennesaw, in and out. I have Atlanta 789 William in Calhoun, in and out. And that brings me to Gainesville 44 Joe in Cleveland. Joe, do you have any comments for the net tonight?
I guess first it would be Gainesville 44. Sounds like an amazing job. You set everything up. It's working great. Sounds great. My idea of remote has turned into a little project on paper right now. Starting to fool around with possibly being able to set up a repeater type system in my vehicle, and then when I'm fishing, hunting, hiking, at least be able to reach back to it, and maybe some radios that I handed out or channels that I have other people put in, so we communicate for distances over what a 3 to 5 watt will do.
Ah, yes, a small mobile repeater would certainly help in those situations, I would think, to allow you better range and better operating conditions than you can with just simply using an HT, sometimes limited to simplex communications. So that's a great idea, and certainly is doable. So look forward to seeing that project come to life, and hopefully at some point you'll be able to post pictures and you know, we'll be able to see the application. The good stuff, Joe. Thank you for your comments tonight. Next I have Blue Ridge 180 Mike in Upper Round, Cherry Log. Uncle Mike, do you have any comments for the net tonight?
Well, have you ever known me to not have a comment? Actually, this evening, I have erected a little screen in front of my radio, and I have two confessions to make. Confession number one is I was busy on the telephone with two different conversations when this thing started, and I wasn't paying attention. And I'm a stickler for paying attention. But I probably signed in during the Zello only times. Forgive me. I don't know what it was. I just knew I wasn't first. Anyway, the second confession is since I was late, I had no idea what the net was going to be about tonight. And I know very little about anything, but I know nothing about setting up a remote station. So I've said my piece. I beg forgiveness, and I look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. And I think I can get all this in before the timer goes off. Please forgive. Hello to the net. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, Jeff got me with the mute switch again. Maybe I got me with the mute switch. In either case, I got muted. Well, great to hear that, Mike. And if you checked in at the wrong time, I didn't even notice. So I guess that's two of us that weren't paying attention. But in any case, thank you for your comments. And I would have to say that if you've ever powered on an HT and walked around a bit with it, then you have operated remotely.
Well, also, I think the cereal bowl that he operates out of, regardless, is kind of in a remote location, isn't it?
Well, it kind of, yeah, he's kind of remote by default, isn't he?
Yeah, so by definition, he's operating in a remote location.
So there you go, Mike. You're about as remote as it comes. And, yeah, no foul as far as I know with regard to your check-in. We're just glad to have you here.
Now, is that foul an animal or something else that's near him?
Pull my finger.
No, that's foul.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you for your comments tonight, and we definitely look forward to seeing you up here tomorrow. And can't wait to shake your hand. So good
and
stuff.
Give him his special gift.
I'd forgotten. We do have a gift for Mike.
Yep.
Yes, you have to come see us right away when you get here, Mike. I have something for you. All right. Next on my list is Dallas 49. Doug in Hiram is in and out. And that brings me to Atlanta 516. Ray in Canton also in and out. It's great to hear you back on the air, Ray, and hope that all is going well with you. Next I have Chattanooga 60. How do I say that? Is it Aylin?
Aylin.
Aylin and Hickson. Aylin, do you have any comments for the net? And do you have any experience with remote operating?
That's Jason's daughter, just so you know.
Yes, sir. Actually, that's the only thing I've ever used. Right now, I'm waiting to go get an adapter for my UC5C antenna so I can hook it up to my at-home antenna. That's all.
That's pretty good. All right. Well, that sounds like a great remote operating system that you have there. So thank you for your comments tonight. Is there anyone else there with you that would like to check into the net?
You know, before you... Dip. I got a foot switch.
Yes, you do.
John's got something to say.
Before you break here on Aylin...
well, it's kind of too late for that.
Well, yeah, I just broke right back, though. So Aylin actually checked into the kids' net a month ago, and if I recall the story correctly, Aylin wanted to check in from the local repeater that was near the address that she lives at, and was unable to because they had made plans, but she checked in from Zello, which was kind of remotely, so I thought that was kind of neat. She utilized the Zello voice over IP service and was able to get into the monthly youth net.
Well, you know, that is an excellent application of the Zello tool to make use of accessing the network when you're in circumstances or situations where RF just isn't going to work. So if you're in a location that you just can't get in with RF, Zello is your good plan B. Or if you're traveling, you know, it's one of the things that I love about Zello is we've been able to check into nets from out of state. We've had folks check into nets on cruise ships and in foreign countries. So that's very, very cool when you can have that kind of participation in a GMRS net. So very good. Aylin, do you...
You can proceed.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't even remember what the question was.
Does Aylin have anyone else that is around her that would like to also check in or have any comments?
There we go. Yeah, Aylin, do you have anybody there that you'd like to have check in?
Yes, sir. I have my sister here. She'd like to check in. Here you go. Hi, I'm his sister, and this is my first rodeo I've before. She means this is WR2D424 Chat 60 aired from Tennessee, checking in on the White Oak Mountain repeater. She'll be in and out tonight via relay.
Via relay.
That's what she
Fantastic.
means. That's good.
Well, at least you made it legal.
What's the name?
I didn't catch the name, but I think it was Chat 58. I think.
All right, we have. Is that Chat 58, or was that just somebody from the Chat 60? I'm not entirely sure. Aylin, can you help me clarify that check-in? At a minimum, just give me the first name.
That was someone in the Chat 60, and it was Airy.
Fantastic. Airy. Okay. Glad to have you on the air tonight, Airy, and thank you for your check-in. Are you going to put that Airy there, or do I'm not quite
That's
sure.
John's job.
I'm going to leave it alone because I'll break it. All right. Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that, Aylin and Airy. It's great to hear both of you on the air tonight. And let's go ahead and move next to Atlanta 751. Kate the Great from high atop Mount Waleski is in and out tonight. We have Atlanta 532. Thomas in Flowery Branch is in and out tonight. That brings me to Atlanta 780. Houston in Powder Springs. Houston, do you have any remote operating stories you'd like to tell us about? I think you've been remote operating for about 1.5 years, haven't you?
Hi, good evening, Justin. Yes, sir. About 17 months work now, but hopefully we're getting back in the house. No, I don't have any remote units set up.
He's got a camper.
It work that way, but just never have seen the need for them. That may change.
Well, very good. I'm anxious for the time when you're able to convert from a remote operation to a permanently installed base in your permanent residence. So,
you know, we could go over to his house when he moves in and have a housewarming party.
I was just about to say that.
And run a remote there.
Oh.
We should have a
anointing.
Housewarming.
Wouldn't it be cool if we did that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool?
I think so.
I don't think Mona would mind, especially if you brought hamburgers.
Well, there we go. There we go. What do you think about all that, Houston?
He's going, no.
Well, Miss Mona said that sounded interesting, but I wouldn't argue about it. We'll have to have some help probably to put some antennas back up and a few other things when I do get back in over there. Well, I can get them up, but it just takes time.
We don't need no stupid antennas.
Oh, very good. Well, yeah, that would be a great opportunity for a couple of folks to come and pitch a hand and help get you back up and on the air. So,
Houston, do you have room for a 200-foot crank-up tower? You know, we have a variety of equipment we can bring in to make that happen.
You're not on the air.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd probably hide it in the woods back there. I don't think anybody'd ever notice it.
All right, I just wanted you to know that there'll be no obstacles if we decide to do that. We'll take care of that all.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, well, they never did say anything about those that 26-foot long Mosley 5-element beam I used to have up on the house. They probably wouldn't say anything about a 200-foot tower. Now, back to you.
all right. Well, we're excited to hear about your move-in date and a chance for you to get back to normal living there. And it's been great to hear you on the air every week from Powder Springs, but I'm really looking forward to hearing your check-in from Austell. All right, that brings me to a big old list of ins and outs. John, you want to take that on for me?
Is that a hamburger chain by chance?
It seems like everything revolves around a burger tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can take that. All right, so we have Atlanta 707, Tom in Monroe, in and out. Atlanta 947. Wait, we have her in and out. That's not true. I heard her. She was in this evening, but we'll skip her now since she had her tips earlier.
Yeah, I think it's unlikely she's still listening.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Atlanta 62, Gary says Lawrenceville, but I'm staring right at him, so he will be in and out this evening.
He's in and out?
Well, do we want to let him talk again?
He drove all the way up here
Come
from
on up and
Lawrenceville,
talk.
and he's not going to get on the mic?
Atlanta 62, we're correcting the log. You will be in this
He just wanted
evening
to say hi.
by proxy. Come on up.
It's fixed. And by the way, folks, this is Junior. And yes, he is a carbon copy of me. His love for radio is extremely rare.
Yeah, it's been a real honor to be up here. Those of you who couldn't be here tonight, you're really missing out on an amazing show and an impressive display of coordination and technology, to say the least. And I'm really thrilled to be a part of this and thankful for this entire organization, and couldn't be more proud of what everybody here has put together. And so that's what I got to say. Thank you, everybody, and it's going to be an awesome weekend.
Are we in the same room with
Jeff,
Gary?
Yeah. Which one?
Wow.
Which one?
There's so many
They just said
Garys. There's
awesome
at least 3 in this
presentation.
room.
3, yeah.
Yeah. He'll expect me to buy dinner for that speech he just gave.
All right, well, before you escape, Gary, I've got a question for you. You know, a lot of folks here probably have no idea, but, well, it's broken. You have a pretty fascinating occupation And in fact, you're wearing a shirt, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the place that you work at.
So I work for an organization called Flip Electronics. We are a distributor of all electronic components, everything from resistors and capacitors to processors, anything that can go on a circuit board, specifically working on end-of-life material. And my responsibilities in the company are to oversee all of the logistics as well as the quality control and counterfeit mitigation efforts. So,
See, listen to them big words. He's smarter than I am, guys.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I don't either.
Well, the way I like to explain it is this. Everything that is in your radio, we sell, we handle, and we touch. And thanks to all of the taxpayers' monies through the United States Air Force, I know what a lot of that stuff does. But it is still impressive to see how it all comes together. And that's my excitement here is for all that we know about electronics, it's folks in this community, the GMRS community and the amateur radio community, that continue to push this technology further and further and further to see just what else we can get it to do, not in a theoretical sense, but in a practical sense, and doing it the way that it was meant to be, trial and error and communicating as a community.
You mentioned end-of-life electronics, and that reminds me of a radio that we used on railroad, a 900 megahertz data radio that we used, built by Motorola. And Motorola discontinued that radio, and because of the railroad relying so heavily on that radio and not having much available in that frequency and power range.
Hey, Justin, that's enough. We'll get a break.
Not having much available in that frequency and power range, we had asked Motorola to not discontinue that radio and to continue manufacturing it for another period of time so that we could buy what we needed to be able to finish out that equipping and have the spares and stuff that we needed. So they did manufacture those radios, but what we found was, and probably because of parts availability, those last couple hundred radios that we bought from Motorola did not perform at all like the original radios did. We had a lot of problems with frequency drift and other stability issues. Radios that would just go into oscillation. They were not good radios, and probably because they couldn't source the parts any longer.
It's not uncommon in situations like that where production environments can't support their demand, that they'll actually go and cannibalize old equipment and specifically parts off of it. And that's really one of the entry roads for counterfeit electronics to get into the supply chain. The challenge is that electronics, like all of us, have a lifespan, and the older we get, the less we're able to do, and they're no different. And so, especially in the RF world, where it's very, very persnickety, you'll see what in the Air Force we used to call them tired components. And you'll see resistors that aren't holding voltage across the right current, or you'll see capacitors that are starting to get noisy. All of us are familiar with the potentiometer that got dirty, and now you got crackling instead of nice clean volume control. That goes all the way into the digital world as well. You'll have processors that aren't operating at the right speed, crystal oscillators that can't maintain a solid frequency. So what you're describing, I've seen in my career. It makes perfect sense to me. And it is why Flip is still around, is because what our commitment is to help companies like Motorola building the radio or any manufacturer find those parts that they need that are no longer in mainstream production, but that have been handled properly, stored properly, and therefore they can be guaranteed are going to perform properly to ensure that the technology can keep going.
That's very interesting. Let me break real quick. So,
wait a minute now. He said end-of-life electronics. Would that be any electronics that you get your hands on? Because you're going to break them?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think I just learned a whole lot right there. Number one, Justin, when we call you tired, it's that you're being too noisy. So we learned that right now.
I can put that together.
He used a lot of big words that we could boil down to any electronics that you get your hands on.
End of life.
Well, that is, those radios have certainly met the end of their lives.
Well, you got to be smarter than the radio.
Well, I'm drier than those radios.
So in terms, the dumbed down version is these parts are just broken.
Yeah, well, the unfortunate thing is when Motorola discontinued that radio, there were no real replacements on the market. In fact, the only thing we could come up with was a 5-watt radio and a 50-watt kicker that we put into place to replace that Motorola 50-watt radio. And we're still using those 5-watt radios with the 50-watt kicker. And, it's just not an ideal situation, especially in digital communications. But it's gotten us by, and the good news is all of that gets to be retired because the FCC has sold our spectrum to the cellular carriers. So we're getting kicked off of our licensed spectrum. And
well, it's important to make sure that little Susie can communicate with all of her friends more so than to ensure that we have safe rail operation. But that's an opinion that I'll keep to myself, or maybe not.
Yeah, there we go. Well, thank you for that flip.
It's not flip.
It's not flip. Thank you for that, Gary. And before you go,
he's tired.
If anybody is interested in finding out more about Flip Electronics, how do they do that?
They can go to our website. Oddly enough, the website address is flipelectronics.com. They can reach out to me, Gary, at flipelectronics.com. Or if they're really interested, they could always come up here to the Chattanooga Hamfest and visit me at the GMRS booth, where I'll be hanging out all weekend, and we can have a nice, lively conversation about electronics.
Fantastic.
Popcorn.
All right, and popcorn. That's right.
Popcorn.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, Gary. And next we have. Let me hand it back to you, and you can go through the roster if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind, but we're going to break first. All right, next on the roster we have Atlanta 63, Tina. Tina was in and out this evening, and I'm not going to do what everybody else just did to Mr. Gary and make her stand up here and talk. We'll actually call her in and out. Next on the list we have Chattanooga 100, Bob from Ringgold. He was in and out and visiting us this evening. We had Chattanooga 69, Ronnie Rossville, also in and out, but was visiting us this evening. By relay, we had Chattanooga 71, Pat. We have Chattanooga 41, Lynn Ownsby, in and out this evening from Chattanooga. Atlanta 69, Michael in Atlanta, in and out. Blue Ridge 83 and Blue Ridge 84, one north of the other one in Dahlonega, were in and out this evening. We had Atlanta 823, Frank in Marietta, was in and out tonight. Atlanta 261, Scott in Holly Springs, aka Canton, was in and out tonight. Followed by Atlanta 850, Chris in Woodstock, in and out. And that brings us to Gainesville 23, Bob. Bob was in with us this evening. Bob, do you have any comments for the net?
We might have timed out. It's going to be loud when it comes back up.
Justin, Gary, David, Lisa, Seth, and anybody else I might have missed. Just to let you know that Lula just dropped off a minute ago. I had to switch over to flagship.
Go back to him, John, see if the radios are going to play nice.
Gainesville.
Not working. There it is. Is that connectorless?
Gainesville 23. We had some technical difficulties here, and we are back. Are you hearing us? And is Lula hearing us?
I'm still here, John. Let me switch back to Lula. If you give me a quick free count, I'll let you know.
All right, well, I'll give you a 3 count, and I heard Justin attempt this 3 count earlier, and it wasn't so pretty, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 in order.
You are back, sounding clear. I am back on Lula as well.
fantastic. Well, thanks, Bob, and thanks for letting us know that we are back. Did you have any comments for the net tonight?
Nothing that I can come up with to beat you guys. I did want to say that remote setup for me is the HTs. I've become so dependent on them that I use them probably 95% of my broadcast time is on an HT, so I no longer feel like they're not strong enough or inferior. They work just fine. Good antennas makes a big difference on these HTs, and of course I keep adapters in the Jeep. I can always take the Jeep antenna and hook it to the HT, but they're a real good remote setup.
Well, I do agree with you. I think being able to have an HT readily available while in the Jeep is a good thing. And you're right, they make adapters where you can take that HT and turn it into a little bit more range accepted radio. I also think you got a mobile in that Jeep, and it works pretty good too. So great comments. Thanks for checking in with us this evening. And well, Justin, I think we have several in and outs here that are coming up in the log, and I think I'm going to ask Atlanta 60 if he wants to call the next one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Atlanta 61, Diana from Noonan, Georgia. Tell us about your experience on the radio tonight.
She was in and out.
Key it up, yeah. Go ahead. Atlanta 61, WQIT 856. We're standing by for your comment.
She'll never check in ever again.
Ever.
Okay, well, obviously Jake is keeping her busy at the moment. They're probably out on a walk, running off all the deer and coyotes that are on the property tonight, so I'm sure she'll get back in with me eventually and let me know what she thinks about all that. My wife is a wonderful supporter of North Georgia GMRS. A lot of you don't know. She was the original ground crew manager for us all those years. It was Bracy Popple, myself on the tower, and Diana was at the bottom manning the ropes, dealing with the buckets, and did a lot of the hard work. And she certainly is very thankful for the crew that we have now and the fact that she can just sit back and enjoy the stories as we tell them to go. So much appreciation to her, and she certainly paid her dues in order to help launch North Georgia GMRS. I'm very grateful for help. Go ahead.
It was great. It was great to have Diana there and doing all of those support roles before any of us ever showed up. So she was there to build this network before any of us came along, and what a great network it is to expand upon from here.
Yeah, it was in the early days. It was kind of crazy, and she is the one that said, "Why are you spending all this money and all this time working on these towers?" And that was when I said to her, "Build it, they will come." And look where we're at today.
Here we are.
Yeah, Betty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great stuff. Well, I know I am certainly appreciative of all the work that she put in throughout the years so that we can allow her to sit back and listen to the stories that get to be told. All right, next in our log here, we have Atlanta 931, Scott and Canton, in and out. Dallas 45, Robert in Dallas was in and out with us this evening. That brings me to Chattanooga 40. Gary is in and out.
Are we going to let him off the hook?
I don't know. I'm looking right at him. I think Gary has
he's tired.
A lot to say. He's shaking his head and he doesn't have a lot to say.
He's tired.
Well, I'll pause there and thanks Gary for...
he used to have a whole head of hair until this Hamfest started.
Why do you think I'm wearing a hat?
Yeah. He called me up and he said, "I've got a new name, Chrome Dome." I said, "What are you talking about?" Poor guy.
You're going to make him come up and say something now.
Well, no, he'll catch me later.
Well, while we're here, let's just take a moment and say thanks to Gary for setting this up and making the arrangements for us to be here tonight, to have this first ever remote net in front of a live audience. And
hey, you know how I think we can thank him the most?
How's that?
Moment of silence. Let's break. We were off to it. All right, you may continue. Go ahead.
Dearly beloved.
I think that was all I. Yeah. Let's break.
All right. Well, with that, thanks again, Gary, for all that you have done to organize this event and allow us to
sit up here and play radio.
Yeah, that's right. Enjoyed this great opportunity. Next in the log, we had Atlanta 810.5, Little John, and Atlanta 811. Not sure who put that one in. 811 Victoria. Both were in and out this evening.
That was Jeff's fault.
I figured so. Jeff put me in twice instead of Victoria. I don't know what that is. Next, we had Chattanooga 116. Thomas in and out tonight. Atlanta 111. Zach and Calhoun in and out. Chattanooga 101 was
Tammy
in and out. Tammy and Ringgold in and out. Dallas 46. Casey and Dallas in and out. Dallas 47. Brooke and Dallas is in and out. McDonough 39. Bruce in Stockbridge, although I think he said he was driving north to Atlanta on his way to Chattanooga.
He ought to be walking in here any minute.
He was in and out tonight. Blue Ridge 181 via relay. Matt in West Virginia is in and out. And last in our log, Chattanooga 60. Airy in Hickson, Tennessee was in and out this evening. I think at this time, Net Control will stand by for any late check-ins from Zello.
Well, before we take any late check-ins, Gary challenged any new user.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We got to get back to the challenge.
That's right. I forgot about Gary's wallet. He forgot about it, too. He put it away.
Gary,
what is this challenge, Gary?
The challenge is, in an effort to try and continue on with growing the check-ins tonight, I have offered a free single membership to anyone out there who has their GMRS license but has not yet joined the North Georgia GMRS organization. So that is the offer that we're extending, and I'll entertain that and take care of that to as many people that wish to check in tonight.
So any guests who check in tonight will get a free single membership for 2023. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Net Control standing by. Gary's wallet is out. Any guest check-ins only. Guest check-ins.
Look at those cobwebs.
Many of them. Let's go, guys.
We'll make sure to make a list.
Net Control standing by for guest check-ins for non-North Georgia GMRS members.
Hi, good evening, guys. This is John Gomez, WRUH 751, Gainesville.
Gary, you want to respond to him?
Good evening,
John Gomez.
John Gomez. This is Gary, Atlanta 60. It's a pleasure to hear your voice on the air. Is this the first time you've ever checked in with the North Georgia GMRS Net?
Yes, sir. Actually, I listened to you last week, and I'm listening to you guys tonight. And I wanted to get part of the group. I want to be able to be on the side and help out and whatever you guys need.
Okay, very good. Well, congratulations. You are the first recipient of a single membership with the North Georgia GMRS group for the remainder of this year and all of 2023. If you would, please go to our website and select the membership section and select the single membership and fill in all of the information And then when you get down to the payment area, don't worry about that. Just indicate in the note box that you're a new member that checked in at the Hamfest, and I'll certainly take care of that when I get back home this weekend.
And I appreciate everybody, and I hope I can go to the Chattanooga Hamfest. I'm gonna be busy this weekend, but I will be in touch with you guys so I can meet the one in Swanee.
Okay, real good. Well, definitely if you get to the Hamfest this weekend, please come to our booth and introduce yourself, and I'll be here along with John and Jeff and Justin and the rest of the gang. So look forward to meeting you.
Just the rest. I get it.
Thank you very much. This is WRUH 751. Clear.
All right. Well, John got a free 1-year membership. Is there any other new check-ins that are guest members that would like to check into the net? Gary's still got his wallet out. Net control standing by.
Okay, cut it off.
That's it.
That's all the time we have. For
I don't know if it's been that long.
Okay, so it seems like there's a lot of silence there, so I'm going to go ahead and say any check-ins from our stellar flagship repeater site. We haven't given that repeater enough love tonight, so do we have anybody else out there that wishes to check in from the flagship repeater site?
Greetings, this is David Means, Atlanta 721, checking in. I'm in Woodstock on the flagship. This is WRPT 374, Gainesville 50, Ashley, checking in from Buford, Georgia.
Let's go for 80.
That's what I said earlier. Maybe we can hit 80.
I was just about to hit the pedal.
I saw that.
WRKK 629, Chattanooga 84, checking in. Jim in Chattanooga.
We only have 4 more till we hit 80.
Gary, you going to get a remote check-in from Gabriella?
Yeah, we need 4 more to hit 80.
I need 8 more.
8 more?
To hit 80.
Oh.
If I'm sitting here doing this in 8 years, something's wrong.
What do you mean something's wrong?
I'll be out there in the audience heckling you guys from my power chair.
You can heckle us from the microphone.
Yeah,
we
you
all
got a
do it.
headset on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going hot. All right, Net Control is acknowledging our late check-ins. We have Atlanta 721, David in Woodstock. I have Gainesville 50, Ashley in Buford. And I have Chattanooga 84, Jim in Hickson, Tennessee. Net Control standing by for any additional late check-ins. Please call Net Control now.
You can come on up and just check her in.
56 with a comment.
What do you mean a comment?
We didn't ask for comments.
have to give him PTT.
All right, you ready?
I gotta unmute him first. All right, he's
That's
good.
important.
Here you go.
So I have permission to do a relay check-in for Atlanta 6-4, Gabriella, WQIU 407.
All right. 2 more.
All right, Net Control is acknowledging Atlanta 6-4 Gabriella as in and out with us tonight for a relay check-in. Net Control is also acknowledging a comment from Gainesville 56. Gainesville 56, Enrique, just give us a few minutes here. Let's try to get any additional late check-ins, and we'll come back to your comment in just a few minutes. Net Control standing by for any additional late check-ins. Maybe we'll break 80.
Did anybody else hear that relay from Atlanta 751.5? Sterling?
It's not in the log.
Oh.
Sterling.
I heard it.
Justin, there's 2 at your household.
Yeah, that's true. There are 2 at the house, and I'm just trying to see if they're still awake.
Let's go down the list while you try to drum up some more check-ins.
All right.
All right, Atlanta 721, David in Woodstock. David, tonight we're talking about remote operating procedures and remote operating stations. Do you have any questions or comments for the net?
Thank you very much for the question. I was supposed to the only questions I have is just the actual protocol that we are encouraged to use when joining the net, like whether it be Flagstaff or some other repeater. Is using the TAC number enough, or do we need to give our call letters like WRN 65, which is mine at the same time? Well. What's the best protocol there?
Well, when you are checking into the net, we ask that you say, "This is," release the PTT button, and make sure there is no traffic, that you're not walking on anybody. Then come back with your FCC call sign, followed by your TAC number, your name, and your general location. That way we can confirm that everything is in the log correctly, and the other additional thing we would like you to say is whether you're in or in and out. In means you'd like to be called on and you would like to participate like you did this evening. In and out would mean that you are monitoring and do not wish to be called on and would just like to listen and follow along. Does that answer your question, David?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Atlanta 721, WRN 65. Clear.
Next on my list is Gainesville 50, Ashley in Buford. Ashley, do you have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
He may have been in and out.
Alright, I am going to go ahead and mark Ashley as in and out because there was nothing heard there, which brings me to Chattanooga 84, Jim in Hickson. Jim, do you have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
No, my only comment is you guys have done a great job with your remote net tonight, and it's been exciting to hear it happen and live, and I appreciate everything you guys have done for North Georgia GMRS, and I will turn it back over to Net Control.
Well, thank you, Jim, and we hope to see you this weekend. We know you're up in this area, so hopefully you can come and see us either tomorrow or Saturday, and look forward to shaking your hand and getting to meet you. Next on our list is Atlanta 6-4. Gabriella in Lawrenceville is in and out with us tonight via relay. And we are trying to break 80 check-ins. So I am going to go back to McDonough 39. McDonough 39, are you within radio coverage and can you copy this? I know his wife's with him. That's another check-in.
Unmute Gary.
Okay.
Now you're not.
McDonough 39. Bruce, are you still with us tonight? McDonough 39. He's probably in between Flagship and Chattanooga coverage right now, like coming through Dalton.
Yeah, it's a dead zone there.
Well, we'll call back on him later.
You got Enrique too for a comment.
All right, Gainesville 56. Enrique, go ahead with your comment, sir. I'm sorry we had a few in front of you, but go ahead.
This will be good.
Are we even?
Hey there, this is Gainesville 56 WRUE 872. I checked in earlier as in and out, but I just wanted to give a shout out to all of you guys that made this network happen, and a great thanks to the help that you guys are giving to all the new members, especially now, with the free membership. That is really nice of you guys, and I just wanted to point that out. We really appreciate it. And I wanted to give a shout out to John Gomez. He is new, and I've been staying in touch with him, and he actually got in and got a deal. So John Gomez, shout out to you, man. Hope you're having a great day. Anyways, thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great night and a great net. And yeah, that's it. This is Gainesville 56 WRUE 872, and I'll be out.
All right, Enrique, thank you for those comments. And yes, John was the only recipient who took us up on the offer of a free one-year membership with a first check-in from a non-licensed GMRS holder. So we are sitting currently at 77 check-ins. Gary bumped the goal to 80 for tonight. So let's see if we have any additional check-ins. Net Control standing by.
Hello, this is Andy from Chattanooga. I'm in the process of getting my license, but I was listening in tonight and wanted to just say hello.
He doesn't even have a license.
No. What? How do you want to handle that one?
Yeah.
I mean, you did say FCC like.
This is WRTY 881, Atlanta 695. Stefan incoming, checking in and checking out.
Okay, I'm going to go live. This is Atlanta 60, back to the check-in by the gentleman's name of Andy. We're more than happy to help you out and award you the free membership. However, we have to wait until you get your FCC call sign before we can talk to you on the radio. So be patient, and if you've already applied for your license, it doesn't take but 24 to 36 hours to get it.
I hope he doesn't come back to you.
Oh, he will.
He will.
Okay, man, thank you.
Copy that.
Oh, it was short anyway.
All right. Yes, sir.
One more.
All right. Net Control is acknowledging Atlanta 695. Stefan Incoming was checking in with us, I believe it was, which puts us at 78 check-ins. We need 2 more. There's got to still be 2 people awake that haven't checked into the net tonight.
2.
Net Control standing by.
The header takes one. It
This
confuses
is
everybody.
WQYR 514 Atlanta 949 Ed in Woodstock, checking in and out.
Thank you. One more.
Carol
This
Bates.
is WQYR 514 Atlanta 950 Carol, checking in and out.
Oh.
There's our number.
They got them backwards, but we're still at 80.
All right.
This is WRQD
81.
Chattanooga 60. I believe everybody else around here checked in from my household, but I sure haven't. Good net, fellas. I'll be clear.
All right.
This is
He's already checked
Todd,
in.
you already checked in.
Atlanta 1402 WRKN
He's at a new
464.
place.
Atlanta 1402 checking in 1404.
Oh.
Jessica via relay. In and out.
We'll let it slide, Todd.
How many is that now?
Is she also studying for hand license?
That's 82
82.
82.
Can we do 90?
No.
You're
I'm
pushing.
getting
No,
tired.
I'm hungry. Waffle House is calling us.
All right, I'm going hot. All right, Net Control is acknowledging Atlanta 695, Stephen incoming, which I believe I already did. Net Control is also acknowledging Atlanta 949, Carol in Woodstock, as in and out with us. Atlanta 950, Ed in Woodstock, as in and out with us tonight. Thank you both for your check-ins. You broke our challenge of 80 check-ins, and then we had 2 more, which brings me to Chattanooga 60, Jason in Hickson, Tennessee, is in with us tonight, as well as Atlanta 1404, Jessica in Sugar Hill, is in and out with us tonight. So we are at 82 check-ins. Let's circle back to Atlanta 695. Stephen, do you have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
Yes, this is Atlanta 695. I didn't really have any questions or comments other than I really appreciate all the hard work you guys put in. I do have my radio on during most days and love hearing Atlanta 313 and Atlanta 589 and some of the responses there. I love hearing about, talk about the Yagis, all the different radio components those guys have. Love all the radio checks those guys support. And just appreciate all the hard work everybody puts in.
Yes, sir, there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes between radio checks and network engineers and graphics people, and there's all kinds of stuff that it takes to make this network tick and to make events like this happen. So yes, we certainly do appreciate those folks who put all that effort into making this all happen and allowing us to be here tonight. So we appreciate your comments, Stephen, and look forward to seeing you either at this Hamfest or the next one coming up. When is the next Stone Mountain Hamfest? What are the dates for that one?
First week in November.
Which I believe is the 4th and 5th, somewhere
Yeah.
there. So we will have another Hamfest event as well coming up at the Stone Mountain Hamfest, which is in Gwinnett County at the fairgrounds. So that is the first weekend of November. So we look forward to seeing people at that one as well. Next on our list is Atlanta 949. Carol in Woodstock was in and out with us tonight. Atlanta 950. Ed in Woodstock was in and out with us tonight. Thank you both for your check-ins and a record-breaking net tonight. Which brings me to Chattanooga 60. Jason in Hickson. Jason, do you have any questions or comments for the net tonight?
No, sir.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
No idea what you said.
While y'all got me, thank you for allowing my kids to be on there and chit-chat with you a few minutes. And I look forward to coming down to East Ridge and hanging out with y'all and buying a couple of doodads and thingamajiggers.
Thingamajiggers.
About it. I'll
A
be clear
jigger?
with y'all.
Thingamabobs.
Thanks again. WRQD.
White Oak Mountain. Chiggers. He said chiggers.
Those are free. Yes, Jason, we certainly do look forward to seeing you and your family down here in Eastridge, and look forward to shaking your hand and hopefully putting a face to the voice. Is certainly what this event is for, and we look forward to seeing as many North Georgia GMRS members and possibly new members as we can see this coming weekend here. Next on my list is Atlanta 1402. Jessica in
1404.
Excuse me, thank you. Atlanta 1404. Jessica in Sugar Hill is in and out with us tonight via relay.
1402 sounds like it, Jessica, but it's really 1404.
And that is the end of my list at 82 check-ins.
We actually broke 2 records.
Well,
one was 70, yeah, and then 80.
The 80 was a goal.
Yeah.
It's another record.
Justin, what do you?
Technically.
When else are we going to beat that record?
Justin, should we take one more round or wrap it up?
I think it's a good place to wrap it up. We need to, I think if we pause right here, this gives us an opportunity to revisit these elevated numbers. So let's go ahead and call it. Anybody that wanted to check in and didn't get an opportunity to tonight, we apologize, but absolutely coming nets. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight's net. Do you have the script?
This concludes the North Georgia GMRS Regional Net. Tonight we had a total of 82 check-ins, including myself. Net Control will now be returning the repeaters to normal use. Everyone who signed in should sign out, and please folks give them an opportunity to sign out before you carry on with conversations. Thank you for allowing us to serve as your Net Control this evening. Good night, everyone. This is Atlanta 750 WRMR 367. My name is Jeff.
This is Atlanta 810 WRNQ 863. My name is John.
This is Atlanta 60 WQYU 407. My name is Gary.
This is Atlanta 946 WQIR 514. My name is Justin.
This is Dallas 22 WRKT 728. Seth, signing off.
And this is Dallas 21 WRKT 728. Didn't say a whole lot, but I enjoyed it.
And this is Dallas 20 WRKT 728. I'm David, and we are clear.
We're clear.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.